All right, here's Canada soccer reporter Matthew Scianitti. Canada taking on Honduras in their Gold Cup opener on Tuesday. Matthew, what might a long run in this tournament mean for Canada's preparations for next year's World Cup?
You know, Jay, when you think about the Gold Cup, Canada hasn't won the tournament since 2000. The 25th anniversary is actually this year. They were honored at BMO Field just last week. But it's been a proving ground for a lot of talented Canadians. You can think back to 2017 when Alphonso Davies not only was the best young player at the tournament, not only scored a bunch of goals, but he was named to the best 11 of the tournament. Jonathan David was the leading scorer in 2019. And in 2021, Tejan Buchanan really announced himself alongside Stephen Eustáquio and Maxime Crépeau. We hear so often about this tagline that Jesse Marsch has, the 26 for 26. In that run to the semifinals of the Copa America last summer, Marsch used around 13 to 15 players really consistently. And when I spoke to him a few months ago, he talked again and again about not over-relying on the same guys again and again. And with Alphonso Davies out with that ACL tear as he continues to recover from it, and Stephen Eustáquio at the Club World Cup, and a guy like Moise Babito, who really was one of the stars of Canada's Copa America run last summer, this summer resting not only from wrist surgery but a long European season, it's the opportunity for a bunch of guys to elevate themselves and put themselves in the front of Jesse Marsch's mind.
And you alluded to it, Matthew. Past installments of this tournament have been a coming-out party for Canadian players. Who could be this year's breakout star?
Well, Jay, I have a list for you from goalkeeper all the way through to striker. If Dane St. Clair has a consistent run in a great Gold Cup, he could really solidify his place as Canada's #1 1 year out from the World Cup. And in defense, look for a guy like Nico Segur, who had a good performance in the CONCACAF Nations League in March and strong performances during the Canadian Shield. Or maybe it's Zorhan Basong, who hasn't had a consistent run in the men's national team really ever, gets his opportunity during the Canadian Shield. Does he get another during the Gold Cup? Young Luc de Fougerolles is really well liked by this coaching staff. Does he get an opportunity to really grow into the central defender position alongside a veteran like Derek Cornelius? And in midfield, we're in Vancouver, and Jaden Nelson and Ali Ahmed have done so many great things for the Vancouver Whitecaps. Could they replicate that form for Canada? And in central midfield with Stephen Eustáquio at the Club World Cup, what does that mean for Nathan Saliba? He got some playing time during the Canadian Shield. Could he impress even more during this tournament? And up top, it's hard to miss Promise David with his really magnetic personality. Jesse Marsch wants him to do a lot more as a striker. In this system, you have to be willing to track back and be in defense and create and do a lot more than score goals. But Promise David can score goals, and if he scores a bunch of them in the Gold Cup, he will really go ahead and put his name up top in that striker position ahead of 2026.
Canada with 3 wins and 2 draws in their past 5 Gold Cup openers. Matthew Scianitti, thanks for this.